by UPS Jobs Kentucky.
This is Marcus Maven, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's looking. Now look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maven. And you so in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's midday with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And Steve Rummage, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth.
What do you mean ashamed of myself? I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I got an extra little a jump in my step today. It's Wednesday. I've drank my my water with my powder. I love it. See? Crowd's excited.
So he just cranked it up.
Oh. I just thought they got excited.
Yeah, it was blasting through my headphones.
See, now your headphones
No,
work.
I turned them up for you.
No.
Getting louder because Steve's hype.
It's
Appreciate it.
not that they weren't working. They're just jumping from ear to ear and kind of going in and out. I think it might be time.
Yeah. Need to get you. You know what I use, man? I just use these Apple earbuds. Well, I'm telling you, man, they're clutch. They're good. Sound quality's good. They cancel out the noise. I love it. You should try them.
But they're not fly.
Who cares? Look how easy they are. Look, I don't have nothing over my head all the time. I can look fresh, feel fresh. We got 50 minutes today, y'all.
We have 50 minutes today, people. So we're going to try to shoehorn an entire show in this hardcore 50 minutes. But before we even do that, let's not do we have 50 minutes because we're getting kicked off the air. People, you have the opportunity to, instead of listen to us, go on and tell you about all the things in Louisville sports life you need to know. You can listen to some good baseball with your, what? Normally when you're sitting at your cubicle or you're, however you go about consuming middays with Marcus Maven, it's cool to take a break and just listen to some baseball. They do a really good job over the radio. They do a great job over the radio.
Sean Malt, those guys, it's good, man. We'll be passing it off to him at 10:50, and first pitch at 11.
Well, Brian, how are we gonna do that? What kind of pass off are we gonna do? Are we just gonna start the play out music at 10:50, or how does this work?
We're gonna go off air probably around 10:45, and then because we have to get him connected, and then we'll get back on air. We'll do a short 2 or 3 minute break, and then we'll come back to the baseball game.
I love it. So we got 45 minutes, y'all.
So that's how this is gonna work.
So let's roll.
And Steve, listen, you're clapping your hands like you needed a day off or something. I mean,
we got it tomorrow too, right? Yeah.
Do we have it Friday as well?
No, Friday's not set. So basically, we're the first game on Wednesday and Thursday. We play at 11 a.m. both days. Then they're gonna rearrange the schedule, and then we'll know when I believe it's Saturday, Sunday. So I don't think they play Friday. I think they take Friday off, then you play Saturday, Sunday.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I will be able to handle that schedule totally. Well, I won't be able to get on the road until. You going out of town this weekend?
No, going out of town next week.
I am.
Hey,
where
of
you
course.
I'm heading to Colorado.
Oh, you did say that.
Colorado.
Shows how much I listen all the time.
Pigeon Forge next.
So,
Tuesday.
Steve, action-packed, jam-packed show. What is it that you wanted to jump into first? Because here's the thing. We spent our morning talking recruiting. We spent the morning. We spent the last 5 minutes talking with Perrin Johnson about him settling his debates about the processes that the University of Louisville will have to go through in the legal system, which I totally don't want to get into that, but because I think we're all in a standoff with that conversation. Like,
Sure.
Nobody's budging. Everybody has a point of view. It's almost without sounding like it's political. Jesus Christ.
Did you just catch religion right in the middle of the sentence?
Without it sounding political, it almost seems like people are just stuck on their political stance on FBI stuff.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that I'm like, all right, whatever. How about this? We can start here just to kind of bow tie the conversation over the last couple days. Bleacher Report released their top 50 NBA draft big board post combine. Deadline for NBA prospects to withdraw is May 29th.
Give me a percentage that you trust draft boards. Give me a percentage. Like, how often are they really on point? Because I think they are usually on point aside from the overseas pickups and stashes. I think for the most part, whenever we don't see one really come, like, it's not like Brady Quinn sitting in the green room until the 30th pick of the NFL draft.
Right.
Like, you don't have what's my guy? My point guard from North Carolina.
Kobe White.
Yeah, you don't have Kobe White in the green room.
Yeah.
And sitting in. Can you remember a basketball player who really just sat stupid long?
Not really.
Scalabicier might have fell farther than he was supposed to go or something.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, usually they're pretty spot on. So they have the top 50, just big board,
Yeah,
not picks.
General prospect pick.
Yeah, and Jordan's not on it.
On the top 50.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I don't know if you said it on air, but did you say it on air? You're talking about maybe like a Dallas pick.
No, I was saying I saw a few things.
Because you do watch some early picks in the second round to say those might be worth the jump.
When you type in Jordan Mora's name and you're looking through some things, you see a lot of you see some Mavericks blogs, some things at 37 saying that Jordan may be somebody they would. But this is fans. According to Jeff Greer and different ones, he hasn't even worked out really yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I think but fan want means zero.
What kind of workout would he have to have, in your opinion, in an individual workout to go from outside of all those boards to going somewhere? And let's not just say first round. Let's say top 40. Because I don't think after the 10th pick of the second round, I think he would. Say,
I do too.
Louisville's much better.
Yeah. That's tough to answer because I don't know. I mean, it would just have to be something that the people who are watching
Would it have to be a general manager that just that says, I don't care what y'all say, I want that guy?
Yeah, probably.
Just some kind
or
of
somebody
unprecedented.
who's secretly fell in love with him during the season
During the Duke game.
and just kept it quiet. It's like, well, we're.
Coach Crum is on the ticker.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't want to start off the show with thoughts and prayers and cliche
Sure.
Coach Crum. Like I said, that's a different conversation. We'll have that a little later on.
Right.
Or we'll give our shout outs to him a little later on.
Absolutely.
So you're saying, I mean, you just think somebody would just have to had already loved him and just hope nobody talked about him the entire time?
Probably so. I think that would have to be the case. It would have to be somebody that's already kind of like, okay, this is a guy we've kind of, I checked this guy for my second round pick back in January when I saw him. I was like, oh,
and
man.
he's only getting better. In my eyes.
Yeah, which could be the case. But I mean, with every new data point that comes out, it's like, nah, I think you're
a data point on and see and again, our data points are not saying you're not as good as we think you are.
Oh,
just
no.
the data point is they're either late to your show or or they just have a different plan.
right.
So you always want to say this is not knock your player session. This is, your chance for improve or better situation still lies with coming back.
Sure, absolutely. So, I mean, he's got a decision to make. I mean, and here's the thing. It's, what is it? What are we at, May 22nd?
And
you got 7 days.
And you definitely think he's going to be a last wait to
well,
last
that's what,
minute.
I mean, I think he will. I mean, because what benefit do you have from announcing early? I mean, if you're right there on the fringe, well, you never know. I mean, somebody may get cold feet at the last minute and say, I want to go back to school.
Texter says it'll be like Utah, and he fell in love with Donovan Mitchell.
Sure. Could be. Yeah.
Individual workout, just.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Could be. I mean, so, again, I mean, different spots in the draft there, but same scenario. Yeah, Utah loved him. Utah said, look, if he's there, Utah, and actually Utah, I mean, they made the trade to, I think, who actually picked him was,
Can you believe we don't know that?
yeah.
I saw a picture of Donovan Mitchell talking about great meeting with Adam Silver today.
Yeah.
How awesome was that?
That's pretty cool. The Nuggets, I think, picked him. It was the Nuggets. Yeah, and they traded him. Yeah, Denver. Yeah.
I could see you being right on that one, and it's almost like I remember thinking, "Oh no."
I know.
Yeah, I like whatever team it was going to be. I remember saying, "Oh no."
Yeah.
And then he traded. I was like, "Oh no."
Like the Nuggets are regretting that one.
No, they got your boy.
Who's my boy?
I always confuse him. Booker and Kentucky, Jamal Murray.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know who's my boy. Well, they could have had them both. So,
Yeah,
I pair them two together.
Yeah, you want to do that?
That'd be all right.
Have them two going at
Yeah,
Portland.
yeah, because they had what they already had. They already had Murray, so and they drafted him. Yeah, you could have had Donovan. Yeah, that'd have been a nice little squad.
They
Make some
did.
moves there.
They did pretty good. Though. Yeah.
No, absolutely. So, but yeah, I mean, look, it's 7 days. We'll know something in the next 7 days about the team next year.
It would have crushed radio conversation. Hey, you just said I'm going back.
Oh yeah, well,
Or
sure.
or you know what? I think it would have been bad radio for everybody else, but ours would have turned into Atlanta.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, we would have did the last 2 weeks would have been nothing.
Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is gonna. That's gonna be the theme song all season.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, we'll play. What's the one? And actually, here's the beautiful thing.
Georgia.
We can. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. We can go to Indy because the regionals are in Lucas Oil this year.
I thought you didn't want to go back to Indianapolis, Steve.
I don't. I don't.
thought you wanted to avoid Indianapolis at all costs.
Yeah, I think you're right. Bad things just happen there.
I like their hotel.
But I do like it, see? And it would be right there.
I like
And
riding up that road with Louisville fans, though.
Do you know right now, Joe Lenardi put out his bracketology? I know this makes you sick to your stomach, but Kentucky's a 1 and we're a 2.
Really?
Yeah, in the same bracket. Of course he's going to do that, but that's because
That's-
right now
that's conversation,
it's
yeah.
talking points,
Yeah.
all it is. But yeah, but a 2 seed. I mean, that's where they've got you projected.
Speaking of Kentucky making a little news,
Okay.
or not making a little news,
Okay.
how big is it that their last big shot target,
Okay.
McDaniels,
Uh-huh.
chose Washington?
Well, if it depends on who you ask. I mean, if you ask them, it's great. It's great news.
It's great news because
He was probably, he wasn't ready.
he was afraid
for
of the
Kentucky.
spotlight.
Yeah, he was afraid of Kentucky's spotlight, and
I did see a lot of he's afraid of the spotlight.
even though he would have been the best recruit they had, but whatever.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but it's good that we didn't get him.
But it's good because we had to open up room for Blackshear.
Yeah, there we go. If he don't go to the league, like Blackshear's going to the league.
You don't think Blackshear's league material?
The league doesn't think Blackshear's league material. It's not whether I do. I mean, if Steve Enoch's not league material, Blackshear's not league material.
If Steve Enoch had the amount of minutes on his resume that Blackshear had, can you imagine what Steve Enoch would have done to him?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that all seriously? Is that a hurt to the Kentucky recruiting standard?
No, I mean, what's their standard at this point? I mean, they're not. He's not been landing the top 5 guys over the last few years. I mean, so like, what's the standard there?
So
he's going to get good. He's going to get 4 or 5 top 20 guys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So I'm not throwing shade at that, and that's they'll reload with that.
They'll reload with the grad transfer.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying do it like everybody else.
Yeah, I did see
more.
one of the comments. Somebody throwing there. They tagged Reed Travis. It took everything in me not to reply. They were like, "Hey, at Reed Travis, get on the phone and tell at Kerry Blackshear what's up." I'm like, "Yeah, that's probably the last guy.
That's the
you would want
worst.
Hey, I was Pac-12 Player of the Year. Thought I had a shot at the league. Went there, and now I'm not going to get drafted. Hey, you should go though." Reed Travis is the one guy I would not want talking to any of my recruits.
Yeah, he's the guy that you send the Louisville media to go talk to.
Yeah.
Why is the Louisville media not trying to talk to Reed Travis? Right?
Yeah, it's fair.
Bet there'll be somebody out trying to talk to VJ King.
Oh, sure. VJ got to work out.
Who got his workout?
VJ working out with the Kings. How about that?
Before we jump away from this,
okay,
I want your opinion. Is it a spotlight or is it a fishbowl? Because here's the thing. This is what I was thinking as I'm riding up 65. Right.
Okay.
I thought about he's not ready for the spotlight here, right? And I kind of almost yelled to myself. I said, no, it's not a spotlight. It's a fishbowl of criticism, right?
Yeah.
It's a stare at you and find your negatives and why you're not as good as Anthony Davis, or why you're not as good as the last recruiting class, or why you're not as good as this recruit class, or why you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think here, like, what have we done for, let's say, VJ King?
Mm-hmm.
Have we fishbowled him or spotlighted VJ King? For an example.
Yeah, that's tough.
Give me another play. See, I think have we fishbowled Jordan Wara or spotlighted him?
I mean, I can make a case for either way, but
yeah. Listen, there's no right answer. The reason I asked you because I was trying to make the point like there's a spotlight one way and there's a fishbowl another way.
Yeah,
and I was trying to say, what are we as a community? Because we always talk about how the guys are pros here, but I don't know if we. Yeah, but we don't pick
if they're a high. But see, here's the thing: if they, as far as the draft goes, Lamar could have came back, but we weren't criticizing Lamar. Like no, I mean, we were like, no, yeah, go. Oh man, he should be going higher than that. He should be top 5.
There was nobody who thought he should come back.
Next year, if Jordan comes back, when Jordan goes all year long, we're gonna be looking at mock drafts like, oh, what do you mean Jordan's 12? What do you mean Jordan should be
right
6?
So if he comes back, that was you gave us one. You gave us one, and we're permanently in debt to you.
Well, no, I mean, I think what if Sam? I don't think this would be the case, but what if Sam Williamson is just a monster,
right?
And what if they got him projected 10th or something? We would get behind that.
Yeah,
100%. That's what I'm saying. I think our thing with Jordan, for instance, is we are realistically looking at it going, it's really going to be better for him to come back and do another year. I mean,
so you don't think we're picking at him at all?
I know. I don't really think so.
I
think it's facts.
The example, like we were almost kind of mad at Russ for coming back.
I think Russ was. I think everybody thought, Russ, you have a shot right now to go in the back end of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But I also thought midway through the year when Russ was just showing Russ was showing I can play point guard, I can make assists. I think we were all saying, no, yes, this is why you should have come back because now you're going to go top 20.
Fair enough.
Well,
we always run into that problem though.
Well, we didn't.
Because we always, just like the Montrez thing, we always find people coming back to work on the things you should be developing. You know what I'm saying? Like with Jordan, I don't even think it's more development. I
No.
just think you need to be the man.
Yeah, it's all it is. You
Yeah.
just need your name talked about. You need your name on the preseason player of the year list. Like, that's all he needs.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's not a position that Jordan has to be able to play to be considered a best player.
Steve, there's nothing I don't think Steve coming back can really improve on.
Motor.
Yeah. Okay.
Motor.
I know. Can't
Aggression.
get a motor in the G League. I mean, I agree. That's my thoughts too. But I have a different stink with the G League. But
Let me get to this phone line. Let me get to this Bill Etzkorns and Sons Collision Center hotline. It's not just a phone line, it's a hotline.
I like it.
Hot opinions from the hotline. From UK Vince, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. Fire away.
Man, what's happening, guys? What's happening?
What's
Phil.
Y'all touched on it a little bit and everything, man. Not getting Jay McDaniels hurt. I really liked him. I like that kid. I didn't think he had the body. Didn't think he had an inside game. But he's going to be a nice player in the future. I don't know if it's going to be at the college level, but he's going to be a nice player because he's skilled. But that hurts. But, man, look, you guys keep trashing and going after Calipari UK, saying we're not recruiting at the same level and stuff like that. Of course we're not recruiting at the same level. Ain't no way you're going to be able to sustain that. But it's still, Marcus, come on, admit it's still a top 5 class. Still a bunch of 5-stars in there. It's a nice little recruiting class. We ain't knocking them dead like we used to, 1, 2, 3, top 5 and all that. Maybe he's lost his touch. Maybe he hasn't. But, Marcus, you know who, like Kevin Durant said in that interview, you know who I am. I mean, you know this is Kentucky. You know we still going to get recruits. You know we still going to get nice ball players.
Vince,
not at the level we was getting, but we going to get them.
Is there a little bit of panic, though, that you didn't kind of capitalize on the hot 8 years like you should have?
Well, Marcus, I mean, think about it. If you look at it, it's kind of been like a slow decline, so it's never really hit UK fans in the face. We ain't went from like a top number 1, number 2 recruiting class all the way down to 15. If you look at it over the years, it's been like a slow decline.
Right.
We're just not getting any more 1, 2, 3 stuff like that. And honestly, in the current college landscape, the way things are, do you really want 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? I mean, it seems like that everybody's tending to get away from the huge monster recruiting class. I mean, after Duke last year getting 1, 2, and 3, and then not going to the Final Four, I think a lot of players are just college basketball. The landscape is changing. It is changing. As long as Kentucky stays near the top, I can't complain. I mean, what you going to complain about? Teams are going to catch up to you. Teams are going to, if you're on top, teams are going to come after you. And I'm not saying Kentucky's number 1, we're on top. We ain't won national championships. But recruiting-wise, okay, for recruiting for a while, we were the standard bearer. We're still up there. We're just not where we used to be. And, guys, thank you so much for taking my call. Please get Darren to call. I can't start my day without Darren trashing me, my number 1 fan. I need him in my life. So, Darren, if you're listening, I love you, brother. Just come on here and just give it to me. Thank you for taking my call, guys. Love your show.
Absolutely, Vince. I appreciate the call,
Thank
Steve.
you,
Why
Vince.
do you check out so fast?
I like Vince.
No, elaborate.
No, here's the thing with Vince. Like, I could totally, like, if we were out at Fiesta time and Vince come on and say, hey, Vince, what's up? UK Vince.
Let's
Be
chop-
like,
let's
what's
chop it up.
All right, man, sit down, man. Hey, let's talk. Let's have something to drink, something to eat. Have some good time. But like, there's something about the just the backhanded Kentucky fan that like I don't know. I just kind of like as soon as we start, I'm like, yeah, I know.
You don't think he was being sincere?
Sure. Yeah, but like you just said what we said exactly, except in a different tone.
Yeah,
They still getting 4 or 5 top 20 guys, but they're not getting the 1 through 5s anymore. And in his history, if you look,
yeah, and see that's the thing. The serious part of the conversation that I was only trying to get to is, are you starting to trust Calipari more as the coach?
because he doesn't make Final Fours without the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5s. I mean, go back and look at the Final Fours he's made.
Do you trust him now more as a coach though?
Maybe I don't know. I'm not a fan of their team.
Do you think they trust him? Do you think Vince trusts Calipari more?
Until Louisville starts beating them. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Yeah. Mac goes and gets 2 or 3 straight, then it's going to be a different story. Then watch how quick the exact same team, the exact same results aren't good enough.
Elite 8, but you lost to Louisville.
Yeah, exact same schedules, exact same everything is not good enough once Mac starts waxing that rear end. That's going to be, and it's going to happen, and it's going to be the exact same stuff.
The text line seems to be a little entertained by our guy Vince, and
get there tomorrow.
What do you do? You can't start slamming stuff as your home habit. But again, the recruiting conversation kind of went from and Louisville's feeling themselves a little bit. Like this is a fun moment.
That's okay. That's okay to admit that. Right now, we're feeling good. We're comfortable with what Mac's going to bring in 2020. So we're kind of like, all right, yeah.
So much so that a guy like we talked about, like Jay Scrub, you talk about handpicking your guys, like when you're not confident in your recruiting, you're worried about do it all kind of guys.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable, then you say, okay, this guy brings a certain thing that we need. This guy brings us, another thing.
And another thing I really enjoyed yesterday when I tweeted out Jay Scrub video, said, I like this guy, man. I need Jay Scrub on my team. All of a sudden, I started seeing David Johnson. He liked it, and then a guy used to play here in the city, ended up playing like IUPUI, Ian Childs. Okay, good player, local player here. Kind of was like
straight up
stamp. Yeah. And you started seeing a lot of guys that played around here, and there was a few more that were like, yes, yeah. And I was like, that sold me. I didn't get a chance to really call you last night, but
no, because listen, people can judge if a dude has it or not.
I know,
on a different little level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not just a shout out to my boy.
Yeah,
that's dude's for real.
I know, and I really that was a good feeling, man. Kind of seeing that, and I was like, okay, all right, let's go.
Yeah, that you weren't just propaganda. Because that's not like.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like I said, to me, I wanted to know his size.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, is he, because like I said, on the tape, he kind of has that left hand scrouched down kind of jump shot, or his load up is a little low. So I don't know if he plays a little lower than he really is.
Sure.
Like lengthwise, it's kind of like if you're the 6'3" lefty, then be careful.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely, especially being left-handed, because there's always that weird. I'm left-handed, so I know the different stance that you kind of. The shot looks different. It's not natural, but yeah, seeing so many people vouch for him, I thought was cool. But you're right. I mean, yeah, we're all feeling good right now. I mean, we feel like we got a squad coming back.
So much so that I've never seen a time where, okay, when Coach K has them all, we're like, oh man, okay, so they're gonna win the championship and we're gonna try to make a run, right?
Sure.
You don't feel like that.
No.
You see Penny, when Penny has the top class, you're like, yeah, we can go get him.
Well, who was it? Did I hear? Was it Jeff Goodman? Maybe said maybe it was Greer, but somebody said, well, if Jordan and Steve don't come back, I mean, they'll still be top 4 in the ACC. Like, think about that. Like, well, yeah, I mean, if those two don't come back, they're still gonna be a top 4 team in the ACC. They'll probably just fall behind. Okay. I mean, heck, I may put us 4th now, just because I'm like kind of with you. I'm kind of like, I just can't go above Virginia until we beat them.
Yeah,
but it's like, but so I mean, so you're telling me we'll be right there either way, even though I do think if Jordan and Steve come back and everything, I feel like Mac last year had, I think in a quiet room, I think Tony Bennett would say, yeah, he's going to be a problem for me. Because I think Mac outcoached him a couple times.
Let stay there.
Yeah.
Stay there.
Yeah. Okay.
There was a lot And we stopped and smelled those roses a lot last year.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that dude's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Who outcoached him?
Who outcoached Mac?
Yes. And let's just be let's be as harsh as possible about this. And the reason I'm comfortable saying let's be harsh as possible because I ask it not remembering where I felt like some guys just worked us.
Okay, well, the two that would come to mind immediately, but I'm going to fire back at it, would be K and Boeheim. But here's my thing.
I got another one.
Okay. Roy?
Belmont. Not Belmont, Lipscomb. Lipscomb.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Lipscomb. They look like they come on, coach.
Yeah.
I turned into that guy in that game. Like, listen, I know that our guys aren't as fundamentally up to speed, and I know and all this and all that.
Yeah.
But if you don't get some backside help on these lobs on this 6'6" center, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
So if I just wanted to be harsh, I say Lipscomb. You look like, their guys look more prepared.
Sure.
And they look like, but really, in hindsight, they had a better IQ than our guys. They had a better basketball IQ. But I'm going to pin that one on Matt because I'm going to say, your guys are supposed to look like they got a better IQ than they did in that game.
Yeah, yeah.
That one.
But I would say, like with K, for instance, I would immediately pull that down because, well, no, here's the problem. I don't think he outcoached him. I think it's the opposite. I think Matt him. Because K, out of his own mouth, even said,
"We had nothing.
We had nothing.
We had nothing.
I
had nothing but Zion.
I went to a press that we haven't ran all year that started to work. I looked at my team, told them we were going to win, and out of K's own mouth said, I did not believe that. And we won. So
does that count as out coaching?
No, absolutely
I'm
not.
motivated by guys.
Boeheim, I would say, is the one game where we looked almost helpless, but I also think that we just didn't have the personnel to run against the zone. We had nobody to put in the middle. I mean, nobody knew how to run the middle of the zone.
Just pass and catch.
Yeah, and so part of me would throw that back. Roy, I think Roy got him the second and third time. Yeah, I think Roy got him the second, third time.
Which is again, I love the North Carolina their secondary break. To me, that would be if I were going to take something out of this season, I would say, hey, coach, we probably need a first, a break position, a secondary break position where everybody knows the exact. I love that. Look, at the University of Louisville, like, think about this. To know wing,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Or running the sides, guy running the middle. Your job is when we get the ball, you look up, where's the other wing? Whatever side he's on, you on the opposite side, and you run as hard as you can down to the corner, start working your way back up. I mean, you got buckets on top of buckets on top of buckets. Just by me looking up, seeing Nate.
Yeah.
Whatever side he's on, I'm on the other side, right?
Yeah.
And we just do it as hard as humanly possible. Plays open up.
Yeah.
North Carolina, plays open up. Just because I'm running hard to my position, they don't know what we're doing. I mean, they know what we're supposed to be doing, but like your point guard, you know what I'm saying? Just the floor opens up so much in pick and roll transition. We have to have that as a part of this team for easy baskets. If we're going to play that good defense and that good rebounding, we need that secondary break.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give that to North Carolina as a traditional out coaching, but that's like over time.
Yeah, right.
They know how to do that.
Sure.
Because they did it from day one.
Yeah,
we're so far away from having, our whole style put together.
Sure. No, absolutely. I mean, I would agree with that. That's fair. I just
so about three guys you thought could take the.
Yeah, and like and I know Texter says Richard Pitino, but unless Richard Pitino gave them all 3-point shooting juice, or taught them how to shoot threes, I don't know that I would even say that per se. I mean.
Yeah, they just.
Yeah.
I think I think their players beat our players.
Yeah, I tend to agree
on the
with
court.
That. Yeah,
like the coaches could have watched.
I don't think you felt in that game like there was anything schematically where you were just like, oh man, they're just killing us on this play. No, It was like 2 seconds on the shot clock. Oh my God, he banked one in. Like, what do you know?
Yeah.
That's what that
Your
game
hands
felt
are down.
like.
He raised up.
Yeah.
He dribbled up and shot it in your face.
Right.
Listen. I even I had to put Jordan on the bench because, like not that we keep going back to that. Not that was the crowning moment of that game. We just we didn't. The one-on-one matchups were just we lost every one of them.
Yeah.
Dean, thanks for joining us on the Head Scoring Collision Center Hotline. What's on your mind?
Hi, Marcus.
How's it going?
I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
I came in yesterday, and y'all were talking about Blackshear from Virginia Tech. Is Louisville going after him at all? I like I said, it's one of those things. I came in while y'all were talking about him, and it made me wonder if Louisville's maybe putting together a last-ditch effort to get him.
Before I answer that question, I have to ask: do you want him on this team?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
Established, good size, versatile, just everything you look for in a graduate transfer.
Dean, fair enough. I appreciate the call, Steve. That one's right up your wheelhouse. The guy who says I want Blackshear.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting Blackshear on your team.
Right.
I mean, if I'm Kentucky, I would want Blackshear. I mean, if he signed with Louisville, you would say, oh, no, it's a good pickup. I mean, it's a starter in the ACC.
Right.
That's a grad transfer.
We'd take any starter from any ACC team.
Yes, absolutely.
And
I mean,
are you putting him in we take any good starters, or are you putting him in he's a game changer?
No, I would put him in. We would take any good starters. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel Dean, but I'm still I'm still like I don't care if they do or not. I mean, like if Enoch's not going to be here, then I would have some feelings about it. But,
sure, yeah.
But other than if I got Enoch, Malik, and Aiden,
well, I don't think Blackshear can start here.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
He's just a body for body's sake. I think he's a good player, but there's no need to throw out what I got here for I would not get. I literally would not give up the upside of I don't know. No, I wouldn't.
And at the end of the day, I mean, we're saying all this, and there's a real good shot he really ends up at Florida. And I mean, and I would say the same thing. I mean, I think you'll be
go to Florida.
You'll be the same. It'll be the same. He'll be a solid player.
He'll be a good center for Florida.
Yeah. I mean, is he the difference?
He may make a difference for Florida.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like he's not gonna make a difference for the Michigan State. Do you think?
I don't know that he'll make much of a difference for Kentucky. I mean,
right?
Like, I don't think
you are totally not afraid of him.
No, I've watched him play for 3 years. Like, no, twice a year sometimes. I've probably watched him. How many times have we played him since since he's been there? I mean, 5 times, 6 times? No, I'm not. I've never been like, oh man, Kerry Blackshear.
But we always say he's a really good player.
He's one of their good players. Yeah. I mean, he can hit a jumper. I don't know consistently, but he can hit a jumper. He's a threat.
He seems like a guy who should shoot more.
He's not an uber rebounder.
Right.
He's not a guy that's just going to eat you alive on the post, but he can do all of it okay.
Right. And again, Coach Mack, he has not been Mr. I need big men.
Right.
Don't forget about that.
Actually, the opposite.
Like,
so Texter asked earlier if they both left, would we get a grad transfer big man? I'm like, probably not. I think Mac would. I said it yesterday. I think Mac would be like, well, I got Malik and Aiden. I'm good.
I would like that third though.
Well, I mean, I know, but I mean, I think you just say, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, I teach rebounding all day long. My guys, they can rebound the ball enough.
Sure.
We don't have the problem with people playing volleyball on Dwayne Sutton.
Oh no, absolutely.
So his coaching job. Man, and only speaking of the coaching. I still feel like the late season couple of games cost him that Coach of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It definitely did. I mean, but Tony Bennett did a great job too. I mean, he did a great job. I mean, getting those guys after what they lost.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, at
Just
the end of the day,
tip your cap.
Yeah, he to get them to come back and dominate the ACC that way.
Coach Crum, there are so many thoughts, so many prayers get well, get healthy soon. But I gotta say this, man. Coach Crum, like, I find that he's such a joyous person that I have a hard time being like uber super concerned and sad. Like, of course we all love Coach, of course we're all concerned, but he just brings so much good life. Like, just don't even worry, like, don't even worry. What happens, whatever speed he happens to recover at, don't worry. Coach Crum would not want you worrying about him. Trust me. So I wanted to put everybody's mind at ease. Like, don't be panicked about Coach Crum. Just thoughts and prayers, and kind of let it go from there. This man's enjoying himself. Trust me. Whew, that was a quick one. Bill Edscorns and Sons Collision Center. I keep hearing people are increasingly satisfied with the service, so I'm happy to be a partner. I'm happy that they're a happy partner. Jill Blessinger, Becky Blema. They both stay on the move. They both are so busy, which means you people are making good decisions when you contact Jill Blessinger, Becky Blema. They're appreciative. I'm very appreciative. It's an awesome thing. Windows Plus. It's that time of year. It's that perfect temperature time of year where you don't need the air conditioner or the heat. You can just open the windows when you got those nice sliding windows. The value of your home skyrockets. It's beautiful with beautiful windows, beautiful windows. Plus, stick around. Baseball, 93.9 The Ville. Take advantage, man. Take advantage. As always, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 3831. 93.9 is the text line. We are Made for the Ville is the YouTube channel. 93.9 The Ville.